Hi there, Sherry Schreiber of GettingBetter.com. Why do borderlines hate me? Well, it's an easy thing to understand, really. They hate me because I'm revealing truths about them that nobody else quite speaks about or writes about in the ways that I do. I'm talking about the etiology of their disorder, at least some pretty logical principles and concepts that I reveal in my last video. Borderline personality disorder, what it is and what it isn't. They have to be thinking, oh my God, it's like I won't be able to get away with this stuff anymore. I won't be able to play the victim role with somebody and have them treat me all sweet and take all my abuses that I want to dish out to them and fillet themselves open for me to pick at their innards with, if I accept that this is a curable disorder. If I accept that this is a curable disorder and it really is about working with somebody to help me build self-worth with very specific tools, and I accept that if somebody can teach me, how to feel my emotions, as opposed to analyzing the shit out of them in my head and making up all kinds of stories and narratives about them so that I can emotionally grow, then I guess I can't play the victim of this anymore. Borderlines are victims. I feel sorry for them. I really do. I've worked with some fine folk who have borderline personality disorder, just trying to repair the core damaged child inside. Sorry. And again, these are not bad people. These are people who have accepted and resigned themselves to a diagnosis that basically on the internet, and maybe even in the DSM-5, asserts that it's a mental illness. It is not a mental illness. It can be rectified, it can be cured. It's not a mental illness. It's not even anywhere close to a mental illness. I grew up with a schizophrenic mother. That's mental illness. You can't teach developmental emotional tools to a schizophrenic. You can't teach them how to feel their feelings and not go into their head to analyze them. But you can teach a borderline this. So, my darlings, all you borderlines out there, if you find it too difficult or frightening or threatening to step out of your victim stance because you have a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder, or you've read enough internet material to think you can diagnose yourself with it, and you want to stay in the poor me place with it, and there's nothing that can be done for me, so I need you to just feel sorry for me place with it, then there will be no help for you. Getting well takes a considerable amount of work, really hard work. It's a complete paradigm shift from what you're used to. It forces you to do the hard work it takes to grow emotionally and tolerate your emotions in the body and stay out of your friggin' head about them. It forces you to use self-worth building tools. They're going to turn your life utterly and completely around and have you never needing therapeutic intervention ever again. You will learn to reparent yourself through that kind of work. You will learn to become your own best therapist, not to analyze yourself, just to understand where certain behaviors and thought patterns come from. So you can dismantle them and start growing into your chronological age. But if it's gotten kind of comfy, thinking of yourself and making sure other people think of you as a victim, you won't do that work. So it's kind of like, let's say I have this terrible, terrible stomach ache. It's with me every day. Oh, I've just got this belly ache for years and years and years and years. And somebody comes along and says, listen, I have a cure for your belly ache, and here's what you need to do. This is all you have to do to start getting rid of that belly ache. Well, man, I'm all over it like white on rice. I mean, I'm jumping on board with that ASAP. Unless I like to complain about my bellyache. Unless this is the way I get sympathy from a lot of other people, is to maintain that bellyache. Talk about it ad nauseum. Expect my romantic partners and friendships to make room for that bellyache in the relationship and not object to my holding on to it. That's what I'm going to do. But if you truly want to get well as a borderline, oh, my dears, it's possible. All you've got to really do is watch my video, How to Find a Solid Therapeutic Fit, because I ain't doing that work anymore. Don't want to, tired. I did it long enough, 24 years. I don't want to do that work anymore. I don't want to be responsible for people's healing and well-being. I just want to impart the information and not absorb all that dark, difficult, painful, negative energy back. So that's what I'm doing in these videos. I'm just teaching you. I'm educating you because at heart I'm an educator. So if you want to watch that video, How to Find a Solid Therapeutic Fit, which I posted for those of you who still want to work with me and can't. You're going to have to search far and wide to find someone gifted and skilled enough and who thinks and works along the lines I did to assist you with emotional growth work and giving you self-worth building tools to use, like I provide in some of my other videos. In other words, all the information's online now. I'm giving you the stuff I gave clients in my practice for years. There's no reason not to use it unless you've decided that you haven't suffered quite enough. And where do you draw that line? Okay, wow, that's great. The tools are available to me, but I'm not sure I've suffered long enough to want to climb out of this hole I'm in and start to feel real joy and wellness and wholeness. Then I guess you won't utilize those tools. But I've made it possible for people to heal themselves. I have not, even in my most active working career, I have not been the healer. People think of me as that. But really, I've just given you tools I invented for myself, like over half a lifetime ago, that have helped me turn my life completely around and heal and grow emotionally. So that's all I ever provided, really. I teach you how to heal yourself. That's what I'm doing in these videos. I'm also educating you about life and about love, getting you to think in deeper ways, in vaster ways about these elements of life and love, so that you can expand yourself and not stay broken and dysfunctional. So if you're a borderline and you're listening to this, I guess you've maybe reached a fork in the road where you can either make the choice for pursuing wellness, real wellness, not just feeling a little better every time you leave your therapist's office after you've taken a big dump on their floor week to week. And then going back this following week and doing the same thing. Or you have really gotten very comfortable with your victimhood, and there's a payoff for maintaining it, or 2 or 3 or 4. So it really boils down to who do you want to be 5-10 years from now? Who do you want to be? Do you want to become healthy and whole? Do you want to create a life that feels contented and nourishing and wonderful for you, whether or not you're coupled? Or do you just want to stay a victim and whine about your BPD? I think it really boils down to that. It's as simple as that. So I suppose you could think of this as just an addendum to my last video on borderline personality disorder, what it is and what it isn't. This is foundational work. This is you have to get with somebody who can start rebuilding you from the ground up and repair that little boy or girl inside you. Because nothing else is gonna touch this shit. In my experience. Not CBT, not analysis, not psychotherapy. Yeah, in my experience, clients of mine have tried all those venues. Emotional freedom techniques. Nothing has brought about lasting transformation and healing. I sure wish I could pass the torch to somebody. I really wish I could teach clinicians how to do this work with their clients, but the problem is I'd have to be doing that work with them first. And I don't have the energy or heart for it anymore. I just don't. It's kind of like, if you decide to be an analyst, you're a psychiatrist heading in that direction. You want to be an analyst, you have to go through your own analysis first before you gain that title, analyst. Well, this is the same way. You've got to heal yourself with the help of somebody who knows how to get you there before you can heal others this way. That's the tragedy. And that breaks my heart a little. But so be it. Anyway, whatever you decide, whether you want to maintain this victim stance of yours that you like to whine about on the internet, or whether you are really determined, like I was, to get well one day. That ball rests securely in your court. Nobody else can make that decision for you or that determination for you. That ball rests in your court. So it really boils down to how much courage and dedication and determination you have to heal yourself with the help of a competent person who knows how to have gotten themselves to healing and can take you there too and hold your hand along the way throughout those dark, scary tunnels you're going to have to navigate. In any case, I wish you everything you wish for yourself, and bye for now.